Good evening, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of Dope Discussions. You can't see me right now. You can only hear me. We're just getting started. We're already live, broadcasting live on Instagram. So we're getting everything started over here. But before we bring ourselves up on camera, we got to pay some bills with some of our ad sponsors. So here we go. What's up, Miracle? Welcome to the show.
Dope Discussions Podcast. Dope Discussions, Gator Erica woke discussions. Mob ties, how they rock and think they both was cousins. Gifting you with their words so you might know you something. Just go and look for them live, they do it every Sunday. Every Sunday.
And we gon' bring you that dope.
And we gon' bring you that dope. It's Gator Beat it, baby. Man, state to state, baby, coast to coast. Like the vibe, baby, spark the jokes.
And we gon' bring you that dope.
So talk with Erica, man, talk with G. And all you gotta do is talk with me.
And we gon' give you that dope. And we gon' bring you that dope. And we gon' give you that dope. And we gon' bring you that dope.
Hey. Welcome back to another episode of Dope Discussions. How y'all doing?
What up, everybody? Glad to be in front of the virtual congregation this week.
Yes. And shout out to Instagram. Thank y'all for tuning in over here on Instagram. We're going to get this party started. We're also broadcasting live on YouTube, Facebook. So wherever you want to catch us at, just jump on in. How you doing,
Yeah,
Gator?
everywhere. We everywhere right now. We's all over the place. From state to state, baby, coast to coast.
Like the vibe, baby, spark the
Oh,
jokes.
it's a joke. Yeah.
How was your
I'm
week?
very happy to be here. It's been a week. It's been a long week. You know, from the job to the other job to the other job. It's been a long
Still
week.
got me working day and night.
For real. You know, but it's all right. I'll hit that lottery one day.
I know,
You know?
right?
How was your weekend? What you been up to?
It was good. I got some workout in, some gym in, some relaxation. I got a lot of stuff in. It was just a good weekend.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You gonna be trying to get fine for the
Oh yeah.
summertime.
Yes. Yes. Gotta give me a husband.
They gotta give me a hug. Look, I'm working on it. I think I'm gonna go by the monetary means. Well, I got a lot of money, girl. What you?
Yeah,
You come
shoot.
on,
You shake a bake roll at them. That's all you
right?
gotta
They say drop a few bands.
do. What's up, Maurice? Welcome back to the show. Hey,
Maurice, what's going
Rajona.
on? On the road, what's happening?
Miracle. Hey, hey, hey.
And Miracle, welcome.
We got a great show for y'all today. A good discussion, another dope discussion. We're gonna be talking about, do you believe that you only get one true love in your lifetime, or can you have more than one true love? And
Mm,
is that one true love? Is that somebody that was specifically, uniquely made for you, or is it all a choice? Is it your
mm,
choice to choose who the one, or is it ordained and by God who your one is, and you just have to find that one?
mm. That's interesting. Like I said before, I think I done had multiple ones. you know, Unfortunately, I don't know if any of them were the actual one, but I felt like it
Yes.
was at the time.
Yeah, so before we get into deep into the topic, I just wanted to hit on some things. Every now and then we do a little celebrity gossip.
Oh yeah.
So just today, I was hit by two big pieces of celebrity news, things that are trending. So,
Mm.
the first one we're gonna talk about Kirk Franklin.
So this one is new to me. What's going on with Mr. Franklin? Hold
Oh,
on.
wow, you really been under a rock.
I've been under a rock, well, more behind the steering wheel, but I digress. So what?
So his son secretly recorded a conversation, a telephone conversation between him and Kirk was cussing him out. I mean, cussing him out.
I mean, we sure it wasn't Plies?
That's what they said. Even Plies went on his page and he was like, "Y'all, that was not my boy, that was me."
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm sure. I'm sure everybody thought the same thing. Like, is that really? Because see, now that he got his teeth fixed,
Yeah.
you don't really know.
But it was Kirk, but I'm telling you something. Kirk could teach Plies how to cuss.
Oh Lord.
That's how it was going down.
I believe it. I believe it. Look, you could tell Kurt was ratchet.
That,
you know.
that's the thing about it is I know Kirk Franklin to be a great gospel artist, an entertainer, but I never held him in such high regard as holier than thou, above, sinning, above reproach. I never looked at him in that way. I never looked at him as somebody who lives his life by the straight and narrow.
Yeah, I never did either. But I mean, when I saw him, the only thing that I was thinking was, oh, he trying to capitalize on that wave. He got a new sound. It's something that he want people to get into. But I never saw him as being like saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled, water baptized, that kind of thing. You
Right. And
know.
then, a lot of people are saying that he was wrong. Well, in the situation, when you're in the heat of the moment with a family member or somebody you got history with, and then they're only putting out their side of the story, and you're not getting the full context of how the argument even began. I'm sure behind a lot of our closed doors, we've said things that we regret saying to our children and to
For
our
real.
parents and everything. It's just that this got exposed. And then you got to think about, what is the motive behind this? Why is his son putting this out here? What is it that he's trying to gain? What attention is he trying to
Mm.
get from doing it? And I've been in, I mean, I don't see the big deal. Yeah, we all do toxic things. We all still a work in progress. And
Right, exactly. I mean, and that's the big thing is that we hold people to this high esteem of what they should be. In actuality, they're human beings. They will
Mhm.
make mistakes. I mean, save people ain't perfect. They're
Thank
just
you. Not by
trying
no means.
to, right. And they make mistakes. And I'm pretty sure that's not something that Kurt is proud of. Now, I can
Mhm.
see if it was a scenario where he did it and when the reporters asked him, what do you think about this? Do it again. That's different, you know.
And
But
then he
if
even
it's,
came out and he did a public apology and said,
yeah,
I'm sorry that this came out and I said some things that I shouldn't have said or whatever. But the thing about it is, Kirk has never been the type of person to even portray himself that way, because he's come out and said that he's been addicted to porn, that he struggled
yeah.
with addiction to porn and other things. So why would y'all think this is so far fetched that he would be cussing his child out?
We live in a
But it's a
society where
33-year-old man.
right. No,
This
we,
ain't
we
no
live in a
kid.
yeah, right. Now we live in a society where we love to tear people down. Like
Hmm.
we love to find any reason, and especially Christian people. Like we can find any little thing. Now, they didn't have a whole lot of people who done a lot of big things too to get towed
Hmm.
down,
Hmm.
But any little thing that somebody does, like I was who was it in the news this week that was it no, it wasn't. It was David Letterman a few weeks ago where they were
Hmm.
trying to tear down David Letterman for how he was acting in an interview that he did like 10 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, and he was just basically joking, and I guess Lindsay Lohan felt a little uncomfortable about him joking about her drug addiction or whatever. But everybody was laughing and all that stuff then. Okay, now all of a sudden, oh, we need to cancel David Letterman for something he did 15 years ago. Huh? Or like Kevin Hart when he had that joke a little while ago where he made a joke in one of his
Right.
stand-ups years back,
Years
and
ago.
somebody listened to it, got offended when they listened to it. I hate for these people to go back and listen to Eddie Murphy Raw. We're gonna have a problem. They're gonna take Coming to America clean off the air.
This is, cancel culture. It's nobody's exempt.
Nope.
Nobody's
Nope.
exempt from the cancel culture. Let's see.
Maurice, he said there's other things to worry about. Kirk and 411. I mean,
He said Pepe Le Pew is no, he not Maurice, because I don't see everybody on social
hey,
media going hard saying I ain't canceling Kirk.
they really try to cancel Pepe Le Pew. Like they legit
Oh,
try to
Pepe Le
cancel
Pew,
Pepe Le Pew.
the actual cartoon character?
Yes.
For
Yeah,
what?
they done removed him from Space Jam and everything.
For what? Because he was chasing the little girl
Yeah.
skunk.
Yeah, they say it was toxic masculinity and he was trying to overpower the woman. And I was like, this is a cartoon cat and a cartoon skunk. But
OMG.
it was like he was they said he's a rapist. That's exactly what they said in the thing. He's a rapist.
Oh my goodness, it's crazy. I gotta comment over here on Instagram. Kiki Chanel says people are too quick to judge. We are all human beings at the end of the day. I believe there's more to the story than what we will ever know. Oh, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely. Because you can listen and tell he skipped some parts and he put in the recording of what he wanted people to hear. But he himself, even in the recording, he told his daddy to shut the F up.
And see, and like
Kirk,
you said,
Kirk was on level 3, and then when the son said that, he went on level 10.
Yeah, look, that's look. My son telling me that I'm gonna transform into Megatron. They think it's a camel go way above memes at that point. So I mean, I guess he was just exposing it to get attention or whatever. A lot of these folks do that, at the expense of even their own loved ones. They'll do stuff like that to get attention. And at the end of the day, that attention is only temporary. But the damage that you do to these relationships, that takes a long time to get undone, if it ever gets undone, unfortunately.
Right. I mean, this is the era of social media. You want validation from the world. You want your side of the story to be heard, and you want the other person to look bad. But once it's out there, it's out there. You cannot take it back. And then a lot of times that causes more damage where something that happened behind closed doors, y'all could have settled it between y'all selves.
Right.
But now the world is going to continue to remind you of that time when you put out there that your daddy cussed you out. And
Right.
not only do you have to make up with your dad, now you got to continuously fight the world about their opinion about what happened between you and your daddy.
And I like what you said, Maurice, was saying grown ass man, but you can't say it like that. You got to say it like grown ass man live with his daddy.
So does he live with Kurt?
I thought he did. Now, I don't, like I said, this is the first I've heard of this story, but I thought that they all lived together. I thought he had like a little compound or something that he had.
Oh, wow. Thank you. I mean, that's my point right there. You don't have to be a 33-year-old man still living with your father. If he's so toxic, you can get out.
For real.
You haven't seen the movie Get Out?
Right. You ain't look, the crazy part, you ain't no normal 33-year-old. You're a 33-year-old that got money.
I'm saying it's crazy.
Look, I was 19 years old trying to get out the house. You 33 years old, bro. What are you doing?
So on to another crazy piece of celebrity news that I saw today. This crazy right here.
Oh Lord.
Y'all brace yourself because it's cringeworthy. So they just posted a video of Trey Songz spitting in the mouth of two women.
Number one.
During a panorama, during a pandemic, during a paramedic, we have a worldwide crisis going on, and you spitting in people's mouth.
Look, that's worse than not wearing a condom. In that last video they had, Trey Songz been in like 15 videos the last couple of weeks. Something going on with him because he had that little video a couple of weeks ago where allegedly
it
was a sex tape. Yeah, it was a sex tape of him, and now he's spitting at people. He tried to get R. Kelly status. I see what's happening.
That's plumsome. That's
it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's get on off of that one because I'm just thinking. The visual is making me sick to my stomach.
Yeah, look. I'm glad I didn't see that video. I ain't seen neither one of the videos. You know what?
I'm definitely not clicking on that one.
I mean, if you like that kind of stuff, then I mean, again, ew. But, look.
All right, let's get into our topic of discussion tonight. So y'all ready? We definitely want to hear y'all's comments and y'all opinions. And what do y'all feel about this topic? Do you believe that we only get one true love in our lifetime? And is your one true love, is that somebody that you choose or is that somebody that's chosen for you? What you think, Gator?
Well, as many times as I've had the one cross my path in my lifetime, I'm starting to believe that the one is, golly, that sounds like something on a movie. The one is a state of mind. I think that people fall in love with the thought of having a perfect person come across their life. And they fall in love with the concept of it so much that they pick people who aren't necessarily qualified to be that person. And then all of a sudden they put that title upon them. I know I've done it before. Right. I do think that there is someone that God has ordained purposefully to be in your life and to be the one. I think that personally in our minds, we assign that title to multiple people when we probably shouldn't. You know, if you look back and think about people who you thought were the one back in the day, they probably had plenty of red. They was probably wrapped in a red flag
Right.
back then. But you didn't think about that because you had other concerns going on. And like I said, with me, I was so anxious to find the one that I was literally gift wrapping them myself. Oh, you gonna wear this one outfit. Hold on. You know. But yeah, I think that's what that comes down to. Now, is there a possibility to have that you have more than one?
Mhm.
I'm not going to say it's not possible. I mean, you know, but that asks the question, if there is more than one, was the first one actually the one in the first place?
Well, I think that when you're at different phases and stages of life, the one, the person that I meet at 20,
Yeah.
they're my one. And then I might be a totally different person at 40 if I've evolved from that relationship and me and that person are no longer together, and I meet someone else in my 40s and they match up to everything that I'm looking for and we complement each other and we fall in love, then
Yeah.
that is also my one.
Mm,
So I do believe you can have more than one true love in your lifetime, depending on where you are in your life
right. There's a
at that
lot of
time.
love. There's a lot of love in this world. You can definitely have more than one love, like, you know, more than one, because I mean, I don't think there's a limit on how much love you can give somebody. So it's like, you know, this one person that I was with 10 years ago, I never loved nobody like this ever again. So my
Mhm.
wife that's coming in, you just know that I'm still gonna love this girl more than you, but we can
Yeah.
kick it. Like that's not, you know. I think you do meet people in different seasons.
Hmm.
You know, like you were saying, at 20, the one for me might not have been the one for me at 40. And we
Right.
might have just missed each other going down the road somewhere, to be completely honest. You know,
Yeah.
I was saying this to a friend of mine earlier. You know, I had made the example before about meeting somebody in the wrong season where, you know, they ready, they equipped for summertime, and I'm still walking outside with my winter coat on. You know,
Yeah.
I'm in the wrong season. So no matter how perfect this person is, eventually I'm gonna be uncomfortable. And I'm gonna have to go inside because I'm sweating. So, you know,
Well,
I think that's relevant.
we got a comment on Instagram. You want to read it?
Oh, I can't even read these.
Your glasses ain't working.
Oh no, this because if I touch the phone, it
Oh,
won't.
okay.
Yeah, it won't even let
I
me
got
scroll
it.
down.
Well, we got a comment from We Have That at Home, and they say, I think we have soul ties with people we end up in a relationship with,
Mm,
unfinished business, but I don't think there's one true love, just loves that teach you real lessons. Yeah,
mm. I like that. I like that.
I like
You
that
know.
as well. And as far as your true love being someone that's chosen for you or someone that you choose, I think so many people live under the assumption that God has created only one specific person for them, and they are going to have to search the ends of the earth to find that person.
Mm,
That's just not realistic
no.
because God gives us free will and freedom of choice.
Yeah.
That's how we end up being saved or sinners.
Yeah.
We choose. He doesn't make us follow his rules. He gives us the choice to follow his rules. And so, with that being said, when you choose somebody to be your lifelong partner, that's your choice. You chose that
Yeah.
person, but you have to choose the person at the same time that they're choosing you. And y'all have to be
Right.
choosing each other for the right reasons.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
a lot of times it absolves us of our bad decisions to say, well, I thought that was the one, You know, I thought that was the person that God sent to me. God ain't send you nobody. That's who you chose.
Mm.
You chose them. And maybe you had bad decision making skills when you chose them, but they were still your choice.
Me.
And a lot of times, God will give us guidance and He will show us things that, yeah, I know you like this person, but I'm showing you something else you need to be paying attention to, that this may not be the right person for you. But what you want will override what God is trying to show you. So
Yeah.
your true love is always your choice, because you can stand 10 guys in front of me. If I write down a list of all of the standards and preferences that I'm looking for in a man, all 10 of those men can have the exact same standards and things that I'm looking for. Now it's up to me, which one of them 10 am I going to choose
Mm.
to be my one?
Right. See, I'm one of those people who's made that mistake before, where I see, oh man, I see enough of one, and I'm like, okay, well, this is gonna be the one right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then yeah, later it'd be like, oh dang, God be trying to show me, hey, that might not be the one, bro.
Because
You know,
sometimes we
and give
choose
me.
what we want and not what we need.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be sitting there, he got the red flags out there. I done went colorblind. What is going on? I don't know. What is the little meme that was going around? Was the girl? It's like, God, tell me if he's the one. No, he's not. I'm
Mhm.
just gonna find out for myself.
Right. And then she come back crying, and he was like, "Girl, get out my face. I don't want to
For
hear
real.
it." Let me see. We got another comment on Instagram. We have that at home says, "I've heard fate describes this way. Your fate determines your destination, predetermined.
Mm.
Your free will and choice only influences how you get there." Thought that made a lot of sense. Yes.
Yeah, it does. It makes a lot of sense. It definitely
And then
does.
the New Normal 2 podcast says, yes, you can, in my opinion. So,
Mhm.
yes, you can have more than one true love in your lifetime.
Oh
Yeah, I
yeah.
believe that.
Yeah, definitely. And the crazy part about that is, if you there are some times where I've met people who have felt guilty about having, especially women and men who have lost their significant other, be it like through death or something like that. A lot of times they'll feel guilty about exploring,
Mhm.
romance again and being in love again. And I spoke to a young lady a couple years ago who was going through that. That was saying that one of her biggest things was that the reason she didn't date is that she was afraid that she might love someone more than she loved her husband that had passed. And that was, a really hard bridge for her to cross.
Mm.
Being able to allow herself to love someone again. You
And
know,
so, is it that she feels that she's dishonoring
I
the
think that
memory of
was
him and the title that because think about it, she assigned him that title as her one
right,
true love. But if somebody else comes along who would love her just as much as her husband did, she's
mhm,
not going to give them a chance
right,
because of the title that she herself has assigned to her late husband. So we imprison ourselves with our
right.
thoughts and the choices that we make and the titles that we assign to people. I don't feel like you're dishonoring your late husband's memory because you fall in love and you meet somebody who loves you just as much as your husband did. I don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
why people constrain themselves that way.
right. And I kind of explained, I kind of let her know. I mean, you may be missing out on something that is,
Hmm.
really good for you. And I know, and I mean, I understand grief and I
Hmm.
understand being, kind of caught in that. But that's one of those scenarios where, yeah, probably do need some counseling to kind of
Yeah.
get through something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, a lot of times, even if a person is not dead or has passed away, most of us always compare our next person to what we had before, right before.
Yeah.
We do that. And that's just normal. That's human nature. We compare. Either you want to make sure you're not getting what you had before, or you want to repeat what you had before. You're trying to hold this new person up to a certain standard of a past relationship. And I think every relationship should be entered into with a clean, fresh slate,
Right.
because
Right.
it's not fair to the new person that you continuously are comparing them to somebody from your past, whether it's a good
Yeah.
comparison or a bad comparison.
Yeah. That's the danger of assigning that title of the one to someone because,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I mean, guilty as charged. I've been in scenarios where I've compared, you know, to, you know, someone to someone else.
Yeah.
You know, it was a while in my life where I was like, oh, I had this one girl that I was so into and so in love with. And now every other girl, if I don't see those traits, then they got to go.
Yeah.
You know, because they're
Yeah.
not going to be the one.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, at the end of the day, I think I missed out on, you know, some very
Good
fruitful
women.
relationships. Yeah, because I was so focused on trying to replicate what
Mm-hmm.
was given in a season that's been passed already.
Mm-hmm. I think what was that? You know, my favorite show is The Golden Girls.
Oh,
And there's
yeah.
one episode in there where Rose was dating this man named Miles, and she was just comparing him to all the things that her and her ex-husband used to
Yeah, I
do.
remember
She was
that.
like, Charlie used to do this and Charlie used to do that, and me and Charlie used to do all that. And he was like, look, I'm not Charlie.
Right.
And we could do that a lot of times, and just we don't say it out loud to the person. We're not crazy like Rose. We don't say
Right,
it out
right.
loud.
Right.
But we're definitely comparing that person, and it's just not fair to that person, and it's not fair to us either, because we're cheating ourselves out of a new experience or a different experience, something
Right.
that, and it doesn't have to be better or worse, it's just different.
Right, right. I dated a girl once that really I looked too much like her ex,
Mhm.
and you know I wore a similar cologne to her ex and all those types of things. So guess what? When I was around, you know, she was like, "Oh, she gonna buy me a cologne just like him. She want me to dress like him. Want me to do all that
Mm.
kind of trying to replicate
Mhm.
that feeling that she had." You know, which
Mhm.
that's not fair to me
Yeah.
because you're basically trying to clone what you had before.
Yep. That's
And I
not
think we
fair.
do that a lot.
Mhm. Or either if it was a negative relationship and you do something that reminds her of a past boyfriend that was
Mm,
either abusive, or and immediately they jump to defense, and then they go off on you, and you're like, what did I do? Such and
right,
such, he used to do that, and I didn't like that, and I ain't putting up with that. It's like, I'm not him though.
right, right. You know, oh, he used to, when he would stay out working, he was actually lying to me. He was actually going
Hmm.
to some chick house.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, that's
I'm
not
really,
me.
I'm really
Why
at
am I?
work.
Right. I'm really at
I'm
work.
really at work, girl.
For real.
Let's see. We
Shoot.
got another comment on
That's,
Instagram. Hey, Chris. Chris says, yes, I agree. People compare their last relationship all the time. Yeah, I mean, so maybe this idea of the one is just like a romanticized ideal that is actually working against us in
yeah.
relationships. It's a fairy tale. It's a
Right.
fairy tale.
I
Go ahead.
Yeah, I believe that completely because I know I've done it. I've romanticized it before. You know, I was so intrigued by the thought of that fairy tale, by the thought of finding that one and, you know, perfect life, white picket fences, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I was so, you know, my life was like an 80s love song.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought it was supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? And I played Freddie Jackson. So, you know, it was just like, or Luther Vandross, depending on what stage of life I was in. You know, Fat Luther, shout out.
Yeah,
but
we
yeah,
like Fat Luther.
Fat
Not skinny
Luther.
Fat Luther.
For real. But yeah, so like, yeah, I was always thinking of that as an ideal. So I would literally romanticize that. So anything that came across my path, I would try to wrap in that package, you know, or find a way to wrap in that package because I was so, you know, ready to find the one. And I think that's the mistake that a lot of people make is they romanticize it and they end up, you know, with somebody who is far from what they need, only what it looks like on paper. And, you know, they end up heartbroken in the end.
Exactly. Because the way that we relate ourselves to, you know, how God guides us to choose a partner is that, and you know, a lot of women get caught up in this is, I'm waiting on God to send me my husband. Or I'm waiting on God to send me the right man. God had already gave you common sense, discernment, intuition. He already gave you all the tools that you need to go choose the husband for you. He's not fin to do a magic spell and send him to you, because that's how we get caught up in this idea of the one, because a lot of times we'll say a prayer to God about the man we want, and then we go to the grocery store and we see a man in the line and we say, oh, God done answered my prayer. He put him right there in the grocery line for me. That wasn't Bitmo, your husband. You think God just poof, put the man in the grocery line for you. And then when you get to meet the man and you start dating him and you start seeing all these red flags and things that could signify he is not who God chose for you, you overlook all of that simply because of the superstition, and you believe, I said a prayer, I went to the grocery store, and God put him right there. Stop being foolish.
I was sitting there praying in my car, and I walked in, and bam, he was right there. I went in there to buy some strawberries, and he was buying strawberries too. I knew it.
Yeah, all this superstitious stuff, and then we just throw common sense out the window.
Oh yeah.
The one for you is the one you choose using your common sense, intuition, and discernment. And that can be out of 1 million people in this world. It's all about a choice.
Right, exactly. You know, you gotta vet them too. I know when the inbox is full, it's hard to vet. But
and that's another thing. We don't want to vet people because we want it to be made so easy for us. We just want God to just show it to us and let us go get it. We don't want to vet people. We don't want to have the conversations. We don't want to observe. We don't want to be patient enough to, you know, really see who they are. God, just send them to me. Tell me he my husband so we can move on to the next phase.
It's because we all think that life worked like a Tyler Perry movie. we think that something that we gonna be, you know, downtrodden. A lot of the ladies be like, you know, I was at my wit's end and he said some light-skinned brother right down the aisle. he came to come fix my car. Next thing you know, we getting married. Yeah. You know, I mean, and it's got to be a light-skinned brother if it's a Tyler Perry movie.
There you go. You go. Colorism is real.
It is. But yeah, we think that we fantasize about those things. We think that if it's not easy like that, it's not from God. If it's not easy like that, then it's not what's meant to be. And like you say, it's all about vetting. It's all about making sure that this person is fitting all these qualifications that you have, and making sure that they are going to be. Make sure you get past a representative, because some folks do send that representative out for the first 5-6 months.
Mm-hmm.
It's stuff that you have to do. It's not always going to be somebody found your slipper and met you at your house.
I know, right? The Cinderella story. Contrary to how we want to believe it should happen,
right?
Choosing a lifelong partner is not a fairy tale. It's not a romanticized process. It actually takes work.
Yeah.
It actually takes work. And then after you get the partner and y'all do enter into a marriage, there's more work to be done.
Yeah. That's what a lot of folks forget. They be like, oh, their goal is marriage. Their goal isn't like a lifetime. So their goal is to get to that marriage, and once that marriage is done, okay, we're gonna unpack our bags. Now the ratchetry begins.
Or like, oh boy, did you see that meme I sent y'all in the group where Lil Nas X said, we just want to have weddings. We don't want to have marriages. You didn't see that?
He ain't lying. I mean, no, I saw it. He ain't lying.
They just want a big party, a big wedding party. I don't want to do all this work of being married. I just want to wed.
Right. I mean, he make a significant point. I mean, he also want breast disease, but I'll go here and throw that to the side because he can still make a significant point. And the point is that we live for those parties. We live for those extravaganzas. It's crazy that marriages sometimes can put you in debt by thousands of dollars, so that living for the next couple of years can be hard. I know a girl who they spent, I want to say I know it was enough for a brand new car, because the guy was like, yeah, this could have been a car. This could have been a brand new car. I think it was like $40,000, something like that.
For the wedding?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they still together 8 years later. They miserable. I mean,
shoot, I've seen some people who spend all that money on a wedding and they don't even stay together long enough to pay off all the bills that was accumulated from the wedding.
Yeah, I've seen that too, and that's scary. I have a friend of mine who actually, I think their wedding was $18,000, and they was divorced within the first year and a half. He was still stuck paying it.
Ooh, Jesus!
You paying for something that you ain't even got. You can't go home and be like, well, babe.
Right. That's like me going, I'm gonna drop $20,000 on my dream car, and then 2 weeks later it break down and I can't even get it fixed. It's just sitting in the yard. I'm just looking at it, but I'm still paying for it.
Exactly. That's why, we gotta prioritize these things. Know that when you're getting into a relationship with the one, that you're getting into a relationship for a lifetime, as opposed to like a moment.
Yeah, put some thought, put some logic, put some time into that process of making that decision so that it will last.
Yeah, definitely.
And you cannot choose somebody and make them be the one. You cannot choose somebody and make them, want the same things you want or get on the same timeline that you're on. You have to just be patient enough to meet that person who's ready to meet you where you are. Y'all meet it at the same time. Sometimes you can meet somebody who has all the things you're looking for, but they're just not ready. Ooh. And then some people are willing to wait for that. But I don't believe that's your person, because I believe your person would be the person who's ready at the same time you are and want the same thing you want.
Right. I agree. Because it's like the analogy from earlier. Shoot, if I walk outside and I got my winter coat on and it is summertime, it's going to be a problem. I need somebody who is going to be some cold. I need a fair weather friend.
Oh no, you don't need a fair weather friend. You know, those are people that come and go when it's convenient.
No. That's very true.
One of them.
You know, I need a cold weather fan for my winter coat.
Sure, it's about to be hot now. People about to start dropping clothes.
Didn't already start dropping clothes. I told you we're having All-Star weekend.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, it was worse today. It was. Look, it's a lovely day in Atlanta today. You can tell.
What's the temperature over there?
It got up to like 76, 77 degrees.
Okay, well, shoot, they was about naked then.
Shoot, about. About.
Yes. Well, thank everybody for joining us for this conversation, this dope discussion. It was indeed another dope one. Thank you all for your comments and your contributions to this conversation. Anything y'all want to say or ask before we get out of here for this evening? They half naked in Philly. Goodness, Maurice, what's the temperature in Philly? I thought the temperature should be cold up there.
Shoot, you know it don't gotta be. They was half naked here last week. And it was 40 degrees outside. So.
And I'm anemic. I be cold when I'm fully clothed. And I feel so bad for my children because I be having the heat on 74, 75. I know they be in there sweating, but I be cold.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. 74 degrees in the house. Oh hell no, Kennedy.
I just be cold.
Shoot, I'd have to go. I'd be like, look, we gonna holler. Let me sit up here, and I had to have me an AC in my room. Let me give me a little window unit or something.
Yes. Well, good night, everybody. Thank y'all so much for tuning in for another dope discussion. And we will see y'all right here, same time, same place.
Next week. We'll see it. Later.